Good day, students. I will be your biology teachers for today, and the topic is grassland. Lesson objectives. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to list the characteristics of grassland, describe the distribution of plants and animals in grassland, explain some adaptation of grassland communities. Grassland. Grassland is also known as savanna. Grasslands are areas where the vegetation is dominated by grasses and other herbaceous plants. In West Africa, savanna vegetation is about the most important types of vegetation. In Nigeria, over 80% of the vegetation is one type of savanna or another. Characteristics of grassland. Characteristics of grassland. 1. The savanna vegetation is typified by tall grasses and scattered trees and shrubs. The species of grasses in the Sudan and Sahel savanna are annuals, which often have cylindrical leaves to reduce transpiration. During the dry season, the leaves of the grass turn yellow and die, but the roots remain dormant. The grasses are deciduous. The grasses are deciduous. 2. Savanna trees have thick barks which protect them from the effect of fire. Most of the trees are deciduous. They shed their leaves in dry season to reduce loss of water by transpiration and because of annual fire. The trees have long roots, e.g. acacia species, to search for groundwater. 3. Savanna vegetation is usually not as luxuriant as the forest vegetation. This is because the trees are fewer, smaller in structure, and scattered within savanna habitat. 4. The annual burning and fire in the savanna reduce the quality of the humus in the soil, while the ash retains some mineral salts which are washed into the soil during rains. 5. Rainfall is usually moderate, that is between 1,000 and 1,005 minimum per year, distributed over 6 to 8 months of the year. The dry season is longer in the savanna than the forest region. 6. Savanna soil is usually sandy, shallow, of relative lower fertility than the forest soils. 7. Dry season bush fires. Dry season bushfires and livestock grazings are common in the tropical savanna. Take a look at the diagram below. This is the diagram showing the typical example of savanna or grassland. You can see the scattered trees, you can see the grasses. This is a good example of savanna or grassland. We shall be back. You are welcome back. Types of grasslands. The two main types of grassland are tropical and temperate savanna. Tropical savannas occur in West and East Africa, Southern Africa, north of the Tropic of Capricorn, part of Brazil, north and east of Australian desert, and part of Indian Deccan Plateau. About 80% of the vegetation of Nigeria is savanna type. About 80% of vegetation in Nigeria is savanna type. The different types of savanna vegetation in West Africa include the Guinea savanna, the Sudan savanna, and the Sahel savanna. Temperate grassland includes the steppe of Asia, prairies of North America, pampas of Argentina, verds of South Africa, and downs of Murray. Darling basin of grasslands are almost treeless. Among the trees of temperate grasslands are poplars, willows, and alders. Take a look at the examples of the savanna elephants. These are the examples of savanna elephants. The savanna elephant is the largest of the three species of elephants. Elephants live in grasslands and dry woodland throughout Kenya, Tanzania, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, and South Africa. Now let's look at the distribution of plants and animals in grasslands. Grass is the dominant vegetation of the savanna. These shrubs and herbs are scattered in the savanna, while grasses cover the soil within them. In the Guinea savanna are broad-leaved trees, while further north in the Sudan and Sahel savanna, the trees are more scattered and shorter. There are thorny trees with narrow leaves to reduce transpiration and withstand the prolonged drought. There are thorny trees with narrow leaves to reduce transpiration and withstand the prolonged drought. Palms, which cannot withstand the drought, are restricted to the wettest area or along the rivers. Tropical savanna is the home of wild animals. The animals' population include herbivores like caterpillars, grasshoppers, and birds which feed on grass seeds. Grazing animals like cows, goats, sheep, and wild herbivores like antelope, deer, elephant, giraffe, and okapi are found in the savannah, tropical savannah. We shall be back. Welcome back. Carnivores include the lion, tiger, leopard, panther, jackass, and cheetah. Along the rivers and marshy lakes are several species of reptiles such as alligators, crocodiles, giants, and monitor lizards, and mammals such as hippopotamus and rhinoceros. There are also numerous species of birds, butterflies, moths, and other insects. Some adaptation of grassland communities. The main adaptations of savanna animals include the following. 1. Adaptation for drought, which include burrowing into the ground by animals such as the rats, and building of well-ventilated terminals by termites. 2. Adaptations such as sharp claw and teeth of the carnivores for catching their prey and fast movement to catch them. 3. Sharp vision, sharp hearing, and fast movement of prey to escape from the predators, and living together in groups to ensure protection for their members. The main adaptation of the savanna plants include the following. 1. Adaptation of savanna plants for drought include shedding of leaves, possession of tiny leaves with highly reduced surface area, possession of thick cuticle over the leaf surface, and reduction in the number of stomata on the leaves. Many plants possess underground stem to draw water during the drought period. 2. Adaptation of savanna plants for annual fire include the thick bark of the woody plants, possession of fire restricted twigs, rapid regeneration shortly after fires by suckering, then possession of various methods of regeneration vegetative after fires by herbs. This is by the use of organs such as bulbs, tubers, cones, and rhizomes, which are buried below. The plants also produce numerous seeds, which can remain buried in the soil and sprout quickly during the rains. Now, students, let us evaluate ourselves. 1. How will you state 4 characteristics of tropical grasslands? Or can you state 4 characteristics? Can you state 4 characteristics of tropical grassland. 2. How will you discuss the distribution of plants and animals in the tropical savanna of West Africa? How will you discuss the distribution of plants and animals in the tropical savanna of West Africa? 3. What are the adaptive features of grassland animals? What are the adaptive features of grassland animals? Thank you.